I'm the most happy fella in the whole Napa Valley. In the whole Napa Valley, the most happy man, that's me.
Well, the exciting thing is that this is the 20th anniversary Festival Opera, and Tony's being played by Ted Weiss, the founder of Festival Opera. That's the main buzz, I think. And it's Tony's an older fella. Ted is however old Ted is, and it's I think that's a very exciting element. Another thing that intrigues me about this piece is the story and how cutting edge it is. There's a pregnancy, which is also conceived out of an affair, and so at the time, this very cutting edge subject matter, and it's still topical today, because there's redemption and forgiveness, and there's some beautiful qualities to it. So it isn't just light fare, it isn't light, fluffy, people get together like a lot of musicals. And it isn't just pure, debauchery and violence like a lot of operas. You see these characters really grow together, right? And it's a beautiful story.
So I take me down a main street, and that's where I select my imaginary dish.
Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by. Classic, famous pieces like that, as well as big show numbers. Big D is a big number in it.
From Big D, my oh yeah. I mean Big D, Big D, Big D,
The Most Happy Fella, the signature piece, is a big number. And those are big Broadway numbers. Those are numbers where you have dancing and singing, and the whole chorus is involved. Very, very exciting. Kurt Weill coined the phrase Broadway opera or American opera, which is really original at the time, where he was mixing styles, and just like Lesser does in The Most Happy Fella. So what's exciting about this opera is, or this piece, is you'll have triple threat. I think everybody nowadays knows what a triple threat is, a person who can dance, sing, and act. But usually triple threats don't sing operatically. I mean, they do sometimes, but they usually don't sing operatically. So we'll have triple threats in there playing the more Broadway characters, at the same time as having, like the character Joe, we'll have a professional opera singer come in. And he's a triple threat in a different way. He has to be really good looking. He has to be able to sing Joey, 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 really beautifully rich and warm. But then he also has to be able to act very well and legitimately. So as a director, what's fascinating about putting this together is that you have to, as you're understanding the larger structure of the piece, understand that 1 minute you'll have someone singing operatically, and the next minute you'll have somebody singing in the Broadway style, including belt style. That there's a famous song, oh, my feet, my poor, poor feet. And she has this, she belts that song, whereas, later on, Tony, the lead, he'll be singing, more operatically. I mainly approach it from an audience perspective. I always like to imagine myself in the audience, seeing what's going on the stage, and then work with the singers. And I'm talking about when we're blocking it and actually staging it. There's the whole Verismo period where operas sort of started to tell stories about the people, and they stopped talking about Greek gods and mythology. And in Most Happy Fella, this is definitely a Verismo moment. It's definitely Verismo in the sense that these are real people struggling with their lives and trying to figure out how to become the most happy fella and how to work things out. Well, I think this is a rarely done opera, musical, and it's being done by Festival, and so there's going to be a lot of attention given to make sure that this opera is of the highest quality, and with great acting, great singing, great dancing. And so it's a show not to be missed.
Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by.